City definitely has people talking this morning. I'm now seeing some reports that a number of firefighters were injured after a fire began last night, and then all of a sudden it just exploded. That's sort of the freeze frame. Let me show you the video here because this is where it gets pretty shocking. So the fire is going on a street in the Bronx, but watch closely here. All of a sudden it's going to ignite into a fireball. So you have that fire. And then you see that. First responders had rushed to the area about 7 o'clock last night in the Longwood neighborhood in the Bronx. And it was really being described as mayhem. The fire started in the trash outside of an apartment building. Not quite clear at this point what it was that was so tending to catch fire, but they say that an Amazon delivery driver who noticed it was eyewitness to the whole thing, reported that there were some popping sounds and then there were at least two major explosions, thinking that the first popping sound was from the trash, but then the second was the explosion. And from what we're seeing, it did destroy a number of cars right in that city. So that story continues to unfold this morning. And hi, everybody. I'm Ron Hoon. This is Fox 10 Talks. We get going every morning at 10 a.m. on YouTube, on the Fox Local app, and on Channel 45. You know what? There are a lot of other platforms you can watch us on as well. Roku, for example, Samsung Live. All of those are options for you as well. And we read your comments every morning. RLS Vids, seeing that video, says, yikes, indeed. Halakita is already on this morning saying, good morning, FTT family. And another good morning from Darla Nicole Clapperton. So we have plenty of stories to get to today, and one of the biggest, and unfortunately I got a feeling it's going to become day by day a bigger story, is what's going to be happening at the biggest airports in America. Sky Harbor is one of the biggest of them all. And so the FAA announcing that they are going to be instituting cuts at the 40 biggest airports in the nation. And that number, from what we hear, and you're going to hear Danielle's report, she was just out at Sky Harbor a little earlier this morning, why they start at about a 4% reduction, they're going to very quickly go to 10% cutbacks, and that is going to impact literally hundreds of flights being canceled every day unless they get something ironed out. Here's what Danielle had to say just a little earlier this morning out at the airport.
Yeah, good morning. And even if it's not affected, obviously the trickle-down effect will affect the airport here and travel in and out of Phoenix Sky Harbor. So far this morning, it has been pretty good. I would say business as usual, really. It's an 8-minute wait time right now here at the D gates, which is pretty typical at this hour. But the FAA is warning that starting tomorrow, there will be a 10% reduction in flights to maintain air safety. So that will impact roughly 4,000 flights around the country. The list of airports is expected to be released sometime today, but ABC News has reported that it obtained that list and Phoenix Sky Harbor is on that list. And then some of the impacts may start as early as today. So travelers are being told air traffic constraints are to blame for all of these issues. Air traffic controllers are working without pay as the government shutdown continues. And we spoke with some travelers today who they weren't so nervous about today. What they're really nervous about is their return flight back here to the Valley. Take a listen.
I'm not nervous today, but I might be nervous Monday coming back.
Nothing so far, though, with cancellations or delays or?
Nope, smooth sailing. I've been traveling for a couple times in the last couple weeks, and everything's been going smooth.
But now that they're saying
So there is some of the reporting going on from Danielle out there at Sky Harbor Airport. By the way, Syleste, when she was out there, she was talking to this one guy. You might have heard just a little bit there in the clip. But this particular flyer said, it looks like I'm fine with the flight for today. but I'm not coming back for several more days. And I think everybody's feeling like the gloom and doom is going to start maybe within the next, 48 hours or so.
Well, I think that a lot of people are hoping that there's some resolution that comes. We've been chatting about this for a little while. Good morning, everyone. Thanks for joining. Recall, Ron, when was it the last time we went through a government shutdown? I believe it was the FAA and flight. That's what ultimately a lot of constituents pushed
the lawmakers to finally make a change, because it was then it's not just that there's 50 flights delayed in Phoenix or 30 in Denver or 60 in LA. It's the domino effect then that has on all the connections. And, it's not just business travel. There's families that are affected.
Yeah. Well, and I also think the airlines are powerful.
Yes.
I mean, let's think back in the early COVID days. Who was getting hundreds of millions, if not billions of dollars sent their way? It was, imagine if any one of the major airlines were to face the prospect of bankruptcy. They didn't want anything like that happening. And so the government took a look. And they didn't want the air travel system in our nation to seize up. They still, even though you had to get on a plane, you had to wear a mask. Delta, blocked off all the middle seats so that you never had somebody this close to you.
Right.
I mean, the airlines were trying to adjust as quickly as they could, kind of on the fly, as we all dealt with COVID. And I think it highlighted how important that industry is to the American economy. And I think that's going to make a pretty big difference in terms of trying to get some sort of resolution.
And I think it shows you how strong and powerful their lobbyists are.
Sure.
And they pretty much make a move, and there isn't a whole lot that stops them. They want to add baggage fees.
Yep.
Well, they add baggage fees. They want to tighten up the seating and make you feel like a sardine.
Right.
Well, they're able to do it.
They get away with that.
They really do. So I think they have so much power in our economy.
Right. Okay, so here's the thing. This time yesterday, there actually was, I think, a lot of hope that the centrist Democrats and Republicans were going to get together. They were going to quit acting like children and act like the grown-ups in the room and get the government reopened. This morning, the reporting that I am seeing from a number of different sources, including The Hill and from Fox, is that they may be now farther apart.
Oh, no.
Well, the thinking is it was such a clean sweep for the Democrats. There was a quote from someone, a pretty powerful person within the party, saying, look, it's working for us. People are frustrated. They're blaming the Republicans. Even Donald Trump said so. Matter of fact, here's exactly what President Trump had to say regarding that.
You read the pollsters, the shutdown was a big factor, negative for the Republicans.
Of course, there's a division within the Democratic Party. There's no secret to anybody here.
And so that's what's going on. I mean, on the one hand, you got the president saying we got to get this government reopened. If you have to, kill the filibuster once and for all, which, by the way, has been standard practice in the Senate for more than 100 years because it forces both sides to work together. Well, right now, they're not able to do that.
Yeah. And
so somebody or some group or whatever needs to put enough pressure on them. And you're right. The pinch point is the airlines.
maybe it's, what brings people together, Ron? They just need to sit down and break bread. They need to have a really good meal.
Sure.
Summon the White House chef.
Right.
Put together some sort of family-style feast.
Okay, I like where you're going with
and
this.
then all of them, as one's grabbing the fettuccine, they're having a conversation. Hey, can you pass the fettuccine?
Right.
And by the way, can you also pass this bill so we can get through the government shutdown?
I know. Well, that plus, what about this concept that's floating around in Washington? You can't go home. You have to stay in session, and nobody's leaving, and you're not getting paid until there's a budget approved and we get going. So,
True.
I mean, it almost gets to that point. Now, the bigger story, believe it or not, if there could be a bigger one, is what was announced just a couple of hours ago. The most powerful woman in the history of Washington, D.C., announcing, talking about Nancy Pelosi, that she's ready to retire. And here, she actually made the announcement on video. We have some of that for you right here.
Decades, I've cherished the privilege of representing our magnificent city in the United States Congress. It seems prophetic now that the slogan of my very first campaign in 1987 was, "A voice that will be heard." And it was you who made those words come true. It was the faith that you had placed in me and the latitude that you have given me that enabled me to shatter the marble ceiling and be the first woman Speaker of the House, whose voice would certainly be heard. It was an historic moment for our country, and it was momentous for our community, empowering me to bring home billions of dollars for our city and our state.
Pelosi, you know, she's just been such a fixture, and you can't argue with it. She's the most powerful woman our nation has ever seen in Washington, D.C., right?
Yeah, I think you're absolutely right.
Okay.
Absolutely.
All right, you guys, looks like ENG 22 is where we're going to go. President Trump has just started speaking. Will this be part of the shutdown discussion? Let's listen in.
The beautiful Obama building that he's building in Chicago for the museum, which is now shuttered up and dead. They got it up, and they couldn't finish. It's about, would you say, 5 years behind schedule? And about 2,000% over budget. Then he tells us how to run Medicaid. Many of the most widely used drugs will be available for 60% off, or even more than that. In addition, all new medications introduced by Eli Lilly and Novo Nordisk to the American market will be sold at the heavily reduced most favored nations price. Most favored nations price, that's the best, because they have been thousands of percent lower than what we were selling in many cases. Furthermore, Eli Lilly is investing $27 billion. That's all. And Novo Nordisk will invest $10 billion. That's all. That's peanuts.
All right, so we're going to keep an eye on. We're going to keep an eye on what's going on there with the White House. But that was, they had said there were going to be some big announcements on prescription drug affordability, and it looks like it's happening.
Absolutely. Mystery Cameron, this is very Victorian, like very looking cool.
Yes, right. And the leaves turning. Give us your guesses for the Mystery Cam. We're back in 2 minutes. Okay, so there you go with a look at what our mystery camp looks like today. Celeste, things are hopping in this town.
Yes, they are.
And let's just take a look right now at some of our guesses.
Okay, so we have lots of great guesses in here. Halaquita says, my wild guess is New Jersey. We also have a New England from Louis Gonzalez, which I think is probably a very good guess.
Yeah.
We have the leaves changing, and it's fairly flat, it looks like, right?
Right.
It's pointed towards kind of like an older Victorian style neighborhood. I think that might be a church on the corner.
I think you're probably right about that.
Yeah.
So,
what are you thinking, Ron?
This is a tough one. I feel like if it was New England, it'd be a little more hilly and mountains.
Yes.
But, there's some flat spots in there. How about Joe? Joe Nelbert, who popped in. And, Joe, we welcome you to the friendliest chat on the Internet. He's guessing Allentown, PA.
No, I asked him. I said, "Where are you from?" I think he might be. I don't know, or maybe he does think it's Allentown. I don't know. I said, "Are you new to the feed?" It's a new. Oh yes, and I said, "Welcome." He said, "Thank you."
Oh, that's so great.
Yeah.
Okay, now Joe. Now that we've cleared that up, you can give us your guess as to where you think this is. And also, Darla is like, if it's not New England, maybe it's Ohio.
Oh yeah.
Ooh, I like the sound of. I think I'm going to go Ohio right there with Darla.
Who's right next to Ohio?
Well, let's see. You have
Indiana?
Kentucky to the south, and then you have Indiana on one side, and you have Pennsylvania on the other side.
Okay, I'm going to go. I'll go Pennsylvania.
Okay.
Yeah, on this one.
So we have an Ohio and a Pennsylvania. Here she is.
Here is everybody. The mystery camera.
Yep.
Answer: Fredericksburg, Virginia.
Is that right?
Yeah, that's Virginia.
I've been in that town. That is really interesting. Okay, Virginia was a great guess. The Battle of Fredericksburg, by the way, during the Civil War, was one of the most intense that you'll ever see, and you can still go out to the battlefield. Now, obviously, that camera is not turned toward the battlefield, but it was the kind of the debut of, sideburns. When men wear sideburns.
Oh, yeah.
That all came from the guy with the lamb chop sideburns named Burnside, General Ambrose Burnside.
Oh, really?
And so those became sideburns.
Interesting.
Yeah, there you go.
Well, I mean, Elvis had sideburns.
Yes, he did.
There's like some very famous, good-looking gentlemen who had sideburns. By the way, Ron, real quick, we have a lot of chatter about food in the chat this morning.
Good.
And thank you, Muffin. Says, Celeste, if I didn't live so far away, I'd bring you some papas and chorizo.
Ooh,
yes.
Yeah. Oh, that sounds really good. So you were speaking of handsome gentlemen, like Elvis and et cetera.
Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Big D.
If they don't get more handsome than this right here, Big D is about ready to give you your own comments. Some of the best that he's found so far. But first, let's actually roll out the poll question, Celeste. Nancy Pelosi to retire. Any other big names you would like to see retire in the political world?
This is so great.
Okay, 60% say time for Schumer to go. Now, that petrifies him. And there's a lot of speculation. The reason we're going through all this in the Senate is he is so afraid of AOC challenging him in a Democratic Party primary.
Yeah.
He got so much pushback from the left the last time they worked through a budget process that he's just not gonna budge this time around. Only 7% say Bernie Sanders. President Trump, 22% saying they look forward to seeing him retire. And RFK Jr. He is, it's funny because he still seems kind of youthful. I know he works out every day, but I want to say he's close to 70.
RFK Jr.?
Can you look that up? What age is RFK Jr.? I'm thinking it's close.
Have you seen him without his shirt on?
Oh, look at that. 71 years old. I have not seen him without a shirt, thank goodness.
I think there was there was a video, I think, last year that went viral of him without a shirt, doing push-ups or something like that. And I was like, wow, he's in very good shape.
Thank you, Celeste.
Do you remember when, you too, Ron, I'm looking at you, you're in good shape.
All guys appreciate when the ladies notice. By the way, the QR code It has really changed. These numbers are changing around really quickly.
They are.
So now President Trump, looking forward to the day he retires, is up to 30%. It was just 22%. So as people keep watching and they grab that QR code with their phone,
yes,
you can also vote, and you can tell us what you think about all that. In fact, Celeste, what do you see when you look at YouTube?
So on YouTube, this is a bit of a different, audience, if you will.
Yeah.
Nancy Pelosi to retire. Any other big names you'd like to see retire? We have Chuck Schumer winning right now at 45%. We have over 600 votes in the last hour. We have 40% of you say President Trump, 11% of you say Bernie Sanders, and 4% of you say RFK Jr.
Yeah.
Ron, if you recall, I was going to mention he was hiking Camelback Mountain, RFK Jr., and the last time he was here in the valley, he didn't tell anybody, but he was taking these selfies with other hikers on the trail. So if you can hike that mountain, you're in pretty good shape.
It is really a testament to the whole concept of exercising daily, which he's really into.
Absolutely.
And so good for him, and good for anybody that makes it all the way up to the top of Camelback. I got to get back up there and do that.
Oh my gosh, listen to what Chad Taylor said. Bernie Sanders is like the Rudy in Congress. Everyone roots for him, even if it's not necessary. And I think he has this, no matter your partisan, no matter your politics, he has this, quirky way of connecting with young voters also.
Yes,
do you remember in the last election, I think there was, Bernie socks. He was, sitting on this bench with socks or something.
Yeah.
It's just... He's kind of like everybody's crazy uncle,
Well, he should have
in the best way, funniest way.
He should have created a page on Etsy.
Maybe.
With Bernie socks.
Yeah, somebody made money on it.
Yeah, probably. Now, we don't make money, Dave and I and Celeste and all of us, we just accept a salary.
Yes.
We don't make extra money for everything we're doing for
Although
you guys
we're
on
open
the
to
streaming
it.
show. We are open to it.
We are open to it, yes. Open to negotiating.
Big D. What are you seeing, Dee?
So a lot of really interesting comments, as always. Cats and Dogs 8983 says all should go. Enough with these geriatric patients holding on to power when it's obvious they are so far past their prime and ability to make important decisions for the good of all. And Hanging in Paradise agrees, saying all of the above, new blood should be running the show. Really interesting comments. We love hearing from you guys. Keep it up.
Hey, sometimes, Celeste, when we have a topic that I think is apropos to Dave, I like to loop him in on it.
Absolutely.
So it is National Men Make Dinner Day.
Ooh.
Okay.
This is a great day.
So let's go right back to Dave. Dave,
Big D.
if you went home today and your wife said, honey, it's Men Make Dinner Day, I'm not touching the whole kitchen, what's your go-to to make?
That's a really tough one. I will admit I am not the best cook, though I do make a mean burger and fries, and I will do anything that has nice directions. So if I can follow the recipe, I can figure it out pretty nicely.
Okay, give us your idea on the burgers. Are they a fry pan, grilled? What do you top them with?
Yeah, love hanging on the grill, making those burgers nice, medium rare, and make it nice and juicy.
And what do you season them with? Sorry, Ron.
We actually do a lot of the ones where you get them at Fry's and they have flavors kind of incorporated within them. Yeah, pre-seasoned.
Yeah,
we love those.
Nice, Dave. Okay, Celeste, give us what would be Gary's go-to if you told him tonight, honey, Men Make Dinner Day, what would he create?
He would grill carne asada. So at Sprouts, in the Sprouts butcher, you can actually purchase already pre-seasoned meat, and they have this chimichurri seasoned carne asada.
Okay.
And so he would go and buy that, and he'd grill it up, and then I would make some salsa, and he'd buy. We'd put all the stuff together.
So it would still be a team effort.
Well, I actually make the salsa on a regular basis, so it's always ready to go. What about you, Ron?
Okay, so I would do. I love this recipe that Renee found online, and if you missed it on my Instagram the other day, it is sliders. How to make sliders, and I'm going to take you through that experience right now. So here are the Hawaiian rolls. And then you want to take your serrated knife and cut them right in half. So, not too much on the top or on the bottom. So, we took the ham and laid it out right here. Just a few final pieces will go on top, and then we'll be almost ready for the oven. Okay, now we had to decide between the ragu cheese sauce and the cheese whiz, which we went with the cheese whiz. We did our own little unofficial taste test. The cheese dollops are on, and now we're going to do what? The onion powder, right? And then the garlic powder. Okay. Then they'll be ready to go. Oh, yeah. Okay, the deliciousness is on display now. Finished product. Here's the finished product. Look at that. Look at that cheesy, beefy, gooey slider.
Yum.
You might be able to hear that the grandkids have all arrived. So here are the Hawaiian rolls.
That's so great, Ron. So it's like a ham and cheese slider, almost like a gooey.
Right.
Yeah. Oh, yum.
And I think you can tell the before and the after. It was very quiet in the kitchen, and we have 8 grandkids, and they were all like ready to go and eat their sliders, and so that was the finished product. If you want to see the whole thing, including most of the recipe, just go to HoonerFox10 on my Instagram, and it's up there in Reels that I posted about a week or so ago, Celeste, and I gotta say, they were mighty tasty.
That's so awesome. I love the Cheese Whiz edition. It's so great.
Right, yeah.
It's perfect.
Got to baste them with a little bit of melted butter and a little bit of everything bagel sauce.
Yeah.
But they came out actually really, really good.
I have to say, that's probably a great, college treat, too. You know what I mean? Like a bunch of college guys, if you're in a frat house or something, just throw them in the oven.
Yeah.
There you go.
I feel like if I practiced a couple of times, I could knock those things out in about 15 minutes.
Yeah, you just throw everything on there.
And I think you cook them at 350 for, I don't know, about 12 minutes or something like that.
Just long enough to let the bread soften and the cheese whiz melt.
You know what it is for guys on Make Dinner Day, guys, and you should all do it today when you get home, is it's all about confidence, Celeste. A lot of guys are not very confident. You know, you're like... I don't know. I'll warm something up, a frozen dinner.
Well, even if you make hot dogs or something, you know, it's not about the actual meal. It's about the work and the love that you put into creating it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure. Okay, so here's what's coming up over the next few minutes here on FTT, Fox 10 Talks. Erika Kirk gave one of the most heartfelt interviews you will ever see on TV. And she met with Jesse Waters multiple times, both on the road for TPUSA and right here in Phoenix, where Turning Point is headquartered. And we are going to play for you some of the highlights of that after we take another break here on Fox 10 Talks. Hope you can stay with us for that. So All right, everybody.
Hello, Ron.
Do you hear that echo?
I think we have two Ron Hoons here.
Echo.
Let us know in the chat if Ron has a twin that miraculously appeared.
Right. If you guys can hear us right now and you hear an echo, let me know, because all of a sudden it sounds like I'm down in the bottom of the Grand Canyon, at least in my headphones.
I bet it's
How about for you?
Well, at least you're in a beautiful place.
Yeah, for sure. What are folks talking about, Celeste?
Okay. Muffins this morning says, I'm more confident making Mexican food. I love my mother-in-law. She taught me the real way to cook. Not so great making American food. And that's okay, because Mexican food, who doesn't love it? No echo is what viewers are saying, Ron.
Okay.
So you sound great. Must just be us here in the studio.
Beautiful. I feel like I get to hear myself twice. Any other good comments? Okay.
Chad Taylor says, just missing fries.
Oh, yeah. Sure. Okay, well, that's excellent. Hey, let's get on to a couple of other kind of big stories that people are talking about this morning. Burlington Northern Santa Fe, they are a railroad giant, and they came up, Celeste, with a plan to build a major railroad hub out northwest of the valley, kind of along the highway there as you leave the Sun City West area and head to Wickenburg, out there near Whitman.
Yes, it's one of those West Valley cities. That part of the valley is booming right now.
So they had a vote yesterday at the County Board of Supervisors, and they were unanimous in denying it. The question is, so at least some supporters are saying, we're not opposed to BNSF. We're certainly not opposed to the jobs they'll bring. We're just opposed to this particular location. So take a listen.
I promised my daughter that I would save our home, and that's exactly what we're doing.
It's encouraging that today in society that the voice of the residents can be heard. And the Board of Supervisors listens to the residents, listens to the masses, and they do what they were elected to do.
The decision today was really about a comp plan amendment that should have been a minor amendment based on a mistake that was made by county staff.
This is a policy decision about current land use suitability, not merely correcting a mapping issue.
They voted not to change a mapping error that they made. They voted not to change that. That by no means means that the project is dead and is not moving forward.
I am sure that this engagement is not over, just this particular part of it, but there are other ways that this issue can be settled. We're not against growth. We're not against BNSF. We're just against the location.
It became a nightly thing for us, and she said, look, Mama, we're going to win, and she was right.
So we'll keep track of that one for sure. Yeah. And they do say that the project's not dead. We had 185,000 people laid off in this country last month, the month of October. And so it is something, job creation is something that people, I think, do want to see, but they're going to have to find a new place to build their project.
Yeah, so they said it's not over. They're going to move it.
Yep. Okay, so we are now going to be talking about this incredible interview last night on Fox. We reached out to Fox and said, can we share some of this with our audience? Erika Kirk was spending quite a bit of time with Jesse Waters. We're going to play some of those highlights for you right now, including kind of a slice of life for her and Charlie when it came to dinner time. So take a listen now to that.
We would just engage with everything, that there was no separation between his work life and his home life. And I was so proud of him, and I would tell him, baby, you don't have to rush home. When you come home, home is waiting for you. I was never the type of wife that looked at my phone and said, okay, you better be home at 5 o'clock for dinner when I have it on the table. Never. I said, home is here for you when you get home. Dinner will be ready whenever you're ready to eat. I will never make you feel guilty for pursuing what the Lord has put on your heart.
Now, the next piece of sound you're going to hear is as she talks about her last time of seeing Charlie before he hopped on the plane to head out to that event in Utah.
He was like, home needs you. Home needs you. Be home. Come with me on Thursday to the next event we have. And so for him, that night, he was so excited. I mean, he just was like, I can't wait. It's going to be the best. And he got up around 2:45, 3-ish, to go into the kitchen to grab a snack. And our daughter had woke up around that same time. We live in a small space, so you can kind of hear when everyone's kind of shuffling around. And so she came to our room, and she stayed in our bed. And he always loved when Gigi slept in our bed because she's, you know, little ones, they like curl up inside of you and like they're just nuzzled in. But you also know that it can be very acrobatic when a 3-year-old is in your bed and somehow their feet end up on your face. So I said, I want you to have a good night's sleep. Go ahead and sleep in her room. And I'll turn the air down so it's nice and cozy in there. And I just want you to get a good night's sleep so you can be amazing tomorrow. And so Gigi and I stayed in our room. And that morning he woke up super early and he came into our bedroom, into the bathroom, because that's where his wedding ring was and his necklace. And he came in and he grabbed that. And then he left. I didn't even get to give him a kiss goodbye.
Okay, so the interview I felt was just, I feel like Jessie did a really good job handling a topic that you knew was going to be so difficult for her. Her first major interview since she lost her husband to an assassination. And just some of the stories she told along the way were just so, in some instances, hard to hear, but in other instances, she says she still looks at the shower.
Yeah.
Did you hear that part of that story where she said he would come up with ideas in the shower and he would scribble notes on the shower glass and then he would sign it. And she still looks here. It's been now 2 months or so, and she still glances at the shower to look for his signature, his thoughts.
I think it was a bit refreshing to see how much they loved each other and that they were more than just a married couple, that they were best friends.
Yeah, no kidding.
And that she supported him. You know, whether every relationship is unique, and so every relationship you decide on your own what your roles will be in that relationship. And they knew each other's roles and each other's love languages, and she knew what her husband needed, and she wasn't afraid to give him what he needed and allow him that space to grow in what God had called him to do.
And so here we go now. This will be the third of our pieces of sound, and I'm just going to tell you right now, it is incredibly hard to listen to. It's if you tend to get emotional, just prepare yourself. But here's more of what she was saying about that fateful day.
We landed in Utah, went straight to the hospital. When you walked in, everyone was just, it was a scene from just a horror movie. Everyone is so rattled to the core. Officers, law enforcement, hospital workers, our team, everyone is just shaken. And we get into the room. One of the law enforcement guys comes in. It's very sweet, but what do you say to someone whose husband just was assassinated so publicly? I said, you know, I've been doing this for 30-some years. He said, I will never tell you that you cannot see your husband. He said, but I, in my professional opinion, think that you should wait to see him once he's at the mortuary. Because I don't think you want to see him like this. The room got quiet because half the room knew it's probably a good idea. And the other half of the room was like, there is no way she's listening to you right now. And I responded back to him and I said, with all due respect, sir, I said, I want to see what they did to my husband. And I want to give him a kiss because I didn't get to give him a kiss this morning. And I said the same thing to the doctor. When the doctor came in, I said, I want to see my husband. He said, I'll make sure that happens. And I did. And I got to see him. And when we walked into that room, he still looks so alive. I mean, because he doesn't. I'm just so glad I saw him, because you know this when you see someone pass at the mortuary. They never look the same when they're at the mortuary. They have this awful makeup and they're cold, and he was still warm and his eyes were slightly open. But you know what was so powerful, Jesse? He had this smirk on his face. It was so sweet. He had this smirk on his face where it meant three things to me. First, that he died doing what he loved. The second was that he was at peace. And I gave him a kiss. Gave him a kiss. And then before I left the room, which was one of the hardest moments of my life, was leaving him in that room. Excuse me. I looked at him and I thought to myself, that smirk to me is that look of, you thought you could stop what I've built. You thought that you could end this vision, this movement, this revival. You thought you could do that by murdering me. You got my body. You didn't get my soul.
Just so powerful, so hard to listen to, and I'm sure just extremely difficult, Syleste, for her to even speak about all these weeks later.
Yeah. What a moving interview.
Also, a big thank you to our friends at Fox for working with us to allow us to use some of those highlights from Jesse Watters and Erika Kirk. By the way, before we go to break, I thought this was really interesting and a good story to transition to. We have these pictures. The mental health of young men in this country was a big deal for Charlie Kirk. And look at these pictures. The Bishop of Phoenix is in the Vatican right now, met with Pope Francis to talk about mental health support within the church. Bishop Dolan, a keynote speaker at the Association of Catholic Mental Health Ministers. So it's an important issue at the highest levels in the Catholic Church as well. And I really think something that we should all be paying really close attention to. Okay, we're going to take a break. We have several more stories to get to as Fox 10 Talks continues. All right, everybody, welcome back at 10:45. Boy, it's going to be a beautiful day on the water for whoever owns those boats, Celeste, and also
so
for the
beautiful.
guy who happens to have the Shell gas station there for guys who are going to go, fill her up.
Yeah, it costs a lot of money to fill those boats up. That is for sure. What a beautiful shot. Big D, do we know where this is? Yeah, we're going to check for you. This is a beautiful shot there. Oh, it's Montauk, New York.
It looks sunnier and warmer there than I would have thought.
Yeah, it's really nice.
I've been watching the forecast for the upper Midwest this week in places like Wisconsin.
Oh, yes.
It's going to be snowing this weekend. First glimpse of winter.
We have a lot of people from Wisconsin, Michigan, who are here now, going to spend the winter here in Arizona.
Yeah.
So welcome back. Welcome back to Arizona, friends.
Hey, this story, I think, Celeste, is really pretty fascinating. We have I believe this is the first country to ban smoking permanently.
Oh.
But the way they're going to do it, this is really interesting. So anyone born after January 1st of 2007, meaning basically you're 18 years old or younger, you can never buy tobacco. You can't even buy any product with tobacco in it because they're rolling out the plan to permanently ban it, but they're not going to take like older folks who've been smoking their whole lives and say, okay, Mr. 60-year-old, you have to give up those cigs right now. But they're just starting with the younger population. And they, by the way, it's the Maldives, and they also say it's going to apply to tourists as well. So if you have a smoker in your family and you're going to the Maldives and they're 17 years old, first of all, they shouldn't be smoking. Second of all, they could get themselves in trouble. I mean, apparently they're going to really enforce it.
Do vapes count? You know, I mean, because
actually, because vaping has the nicotine in it.
Yes, it does.
But does it have the tobacco in it? I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not entirely sure, but you know, because a lot of people have kicked the smoking habit
by vaping.
Yes, and so vaping has become the new, you know. Or what about chewing tobacco? Is it all tobacco or just the act of smoking?
All tobacco products. Yeah,
because some people.
Okay, so it'll be interesting. We'll see how that plays out, but we'll see if that spreads or not. That's for sure. But Celeste, you know, we were just talking about snow in the Midwest. Going to be happening a lot this weekend. Look at these pictures.
Oh, pretty.
The first dusting of snow here in the West at Lake Tahoe.
Oh, my goodness. That is so beautiful.
I know.
Oh, my goodness. So for, you know, I mean, this could be potentially up in Pine, Arizona, up in outside of Flagstaff. There's so many great communities in our mountain towns that have a vision just like this. This is exciting.
I was first thinking that. I thought Pine Top, that looks just like Pine Top, Arizona.
Yeah, it's gorgeous.
Boy, oh boy.
I know. So pretty. And, you know, here's the thing is that we can have, you don't have to go to Nevada or California, if the Tahoe, you know, what part of Tahoe you're going to see something like this. We have it here in Arizona.
We do. Yeah. And I tell people if they haven't been up to the Sunrise Ski Resort, the top mountain there is 11,000 feet in elevation. I think that might surprise some people. 11,000 feet. That's why they get a lot of snow up there at the Sunrise Ski Resort. And then the other big resort, Snowbowl, they have a lot of the snowmaking equipment, so they're guaranteed a good ski season every year.
I just can't believe, and let us know in the chat, I cannot believe we're already in November. Seeing pictures of snow in Lake Tahoe and talking about when the mountain's going to open in Arizona. And,
I know.
Yeah, we have 3 mountains where you can ski, right? Mount Lemmon.
Okay, yeah, sure. Let's not forget them.
Down in southern Arizona, you have Sunrise, which you mentioned, and Arizona Snowbowl, which I think we kind of, you know, bucked the trend. Lots of people think we're just a bunch of saguaros and like, you know, no, we've got lots going on here.
I know.
It's amazing.
Remember Rick D'Amico, one year he went up because it was snowing in Flagstaff, and he had this hat with his earmuffs. Remember Rick with his famous earmuffs?
Yes.
And he was reporting live for I think it was for the Fox News Channel, and their headline was like, "Snow in Arizona.
It happens. It
Every
happens.
year.
It
Yeah,
does.
as a matter of fact. Okay, so Celeste, we like to talk food here on this program.
We love food.
It is National Nacho Day.
It is.
And what did you vote for as your favorite topping?
I just did all the above.
Oh, did you?
Yeah,
Okay.
I did all the above.
I had to go for the guac.
Yeah.
I love a good guacamole.
Meat is winning.
Yes, right.
So I don't know, for all of you, this is what we were chatting about on the show this morning on AZAM in the 7 to 10 o'clock hour. But a lot of us, so like if we're on vacation, maybe we're skiing or something like that, or just hanging out, I'll throw a big, like a bake sheet, cover it with chips, and throw all the fixins on it.
Oh, yeah.
And then I'll stick it in the oven.
Okay.
And maybe you, if you're watching this more, it's the same, you do the same thing.
Yeah.
Stick it in the oven for 10, 15 minutes. Let everything kind of melt together and get gooey. And then I'll just throw it on the counter. And I'm like, have at it. Because, sometimes you're on vacay, you're like, let's just eat something, like an early dinner or something.
Celeste, I feel like your new streaming show called The Balancing Act needs to go into the kitchen and show, because the whole thing is, what do you do when you don't have very much time?
Yeah, boom.
You can knock that out in 10 or 15 minutes.
In no time, yeah. And everything almost except for the meat, if you have a little bit left over from burgers earlier in the week or a bolognese that you made earlier in the week, you just throw the meat on there. But almost everything else comes in a can or a container potentially.
Nice.
In kind of
yeah.
In a jiffy, you can make it happen.
Well, here's...
Halakita says she loves nachos.
Nice.
Yes.
Don't we all?
And Ricky Bobby says nacho cheese.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, so the reason we're talking about it's this great story that has had us actually talking all day. A lot of these mashups, I'm not a big fan of. Like yesterday, mac and cheese and apple caramel is apparently going to be a thing. And I'm like, well, just put all that stuff in a blender and drink it.
Right.
Now, this is a cookie taco, and the word is, starting today at 12 noon, you can order the kits online. It comes with Nestle's chocolate chip cookie dough roll, chocolate chips, a taco stand, and a $25 gift card. I think the whole idea is that it's a Christmas gift idea.
Oh, wow. That is a good idea.
Yeah.
Again, another great idea for a white elephant gift or something if you're going to a gathering or a housewarming gift.
We ran the story today, and Anita was like, I want to get one of those right now. She looked into it, and they said at 2 o'clock Eastern time is when you can start to order them.
So I took a look at Instagram, and it says you have 3 chances to win. Of course, October 7th, that's done and passed. Today's November 6th, 2 p.m. as you mentioned.
Right.
And then you'll have a third chance to order December the 4th at 2 p.m. Eastern time, which is 11 a.m. right here in Arizona. Noon here in in Arizona. So December 4th, if you can't get it to it today, each cookie taco kit comes with the taco stand also.
Now, are you supposed to go to the Nestle website?
So
did they say where to go?
I believe it is. It is the Nestle website.
I bet you could even Google it and it would link you right to where you're supposed to go.
Yeah. And very cool, though.
Yeah,
it's a great idea. You have a gift card for additional ingredients, 3 holiday-ready recipe inspiration cards. It reminds me a little bit of Nestle when they did the cookie, like the sandwich. The ice cream cookie sandwich.
Yeah, don't you love
They're really
those?
So that was kind of like a burger, I guess, if you will, and this is the taco.
Good.
Yeah,
okay.
Brilliant.
Well, then also when it comes to food, because that's one of our specialties here on FTT, is Des was out at Big Earl's.
Yes.
Greasy Eats. But who knew they have this really great candy shop inside there?
Yeah, I saw them on Food Network a few months back.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. They got 2 spots, food and dessert.
All right. So let's go check it out with Des.
Good morning, you guys. And just so much patio space, too, right? They really want this to be a place where families come. You can play Giant Jenga, Giant Connect 4. There's lots of little fun spots around the patio. We've got an old-fashioned news car. You can thank Tom for that joke. Big Earl there sitting in the back. And then we meet Brooke over here, you guys. And look, Big Earl's is right there behind us, and then we pop over here to the candy shop.
Yeah, so while you're waiting for your yummy food, come next door and grab a sweet treat.
All right, so let's head in. We'll go in first, and we'll get the door for Tommy here. So as we walk in, I feel like you just take us back, right, to a time, whether you remember your childhood or whatever it is. But you have a lot of the candy right here that we're seeing from, years ago.
Absolutely. So our goal was that the candy you and I grew up on, our parents grew up on, their grandparents
chocolates. We have all of that, as well as the new cool, trendy candy, like freeze-dried candy.
And what are some of the fun things that folks go to when they think nostalgia? Like, I'm immediately drawn to the Yoo-Hoo bar.
Absolutely. So the Reggie bars are very popular. Necco wafers, Chuckles, Chunky bar. It's so fun when a customer comes in and they're like, I haven't seen this for years. Where did you find this?
Right?
Yes.
And you have some international candy right here on this top row. Some interesting things. And then here's the free-dried candy that goes off the shelves.
Oh my gosh, we cannot keep this stuff in stock. We have a sweet gal who makes it for us. These are Jolly Ranchers. So what freeze-dried is it takes out all the moisture. So instead of being chewy, it's gonna crunch. It's so satisfying.
And then some more nostalgia right here. And look at the giant pixie sticks. Oh my goodness, these were my jam, girl. What did you love?
I loved bubblegum and anything with like caramel and chocolate. But these will get you hyped up. Are you kidding me? The pixie sticks?
For sure. And just like the Sky Bar, the Sixlets. You said they stopped making those at one point and they brought them back?
Yes, thank goodness. So people come in looking for those, which is super fun. We try to curate a really unique store here.
Okay. And then the bulk area right here. And look at your daughter. You guys, come on here. She's got her basket full, ready to go.
Oh, they're obsessed with candy. You know, kids in a candy shop.
And then the bulk section right here in the middle is fun, you guys. So whether you're filling up your basket or grabbing a bag, grab the scoop, load it up that way, and then more of the bulk options here. But I want to kind of get to some of the fun things that you guys do. We got a bar crawl coming up.
We do. So December 6th is our Ugly Sweater Bar Crawl. If you're 21 or older, come on out. There's 7 bars and 2 free party buses taking you through Cave Creek.
Oh, that's exciting. So you can stop at Big Earl's because you guys serve drinks.
Heck yeah, girl. We have a full bar. We have boozy milkshakes. And that's going to be December 6th. And then we also do our free drive-in movies every Monday and Saturday nights.
Okay, and what are we showing since we are approaching the holiday season? What do those drive-in movie options look like for us?
So all of November and December, we're doing Christmas holiday movies. So this Saturday, we're doing The Grinch, the new animated one. And so whatever movie we play on Saturday, we also play on Monday.
Okay. All right. So there you have it, you guys. You got to get in. You got to say hi to Brooke. And come here, you guys. Come say hi one more time to everybody watching.
So cute. Look at those
look at
kiddos.
that with the big smiles and the cowboy hats. That is so great.
So wonderful.
Celeste, you also found out where people need to go to get the new taco version.
I did.
Okay.
So it's tollhouse.com/cookie tacos. And it's at noon today. You can go check that out. If not today, December 4th.
Okay, good luck.
Yep.
All right. It's already time to take a break, but guess what? Ty and Anita,
What?
They're up right after this.
All right. Have a great day, everyone. Thanks for watching. See you later.
All right, welcome on
Look at
in.
that pretty background.
It's like
Thursday,
it's like
everyone.
we're right on Tempe Town Lake, right?
Just jump on in. That's what we're doing. We're jumping on in because we have a lot of guests today. And we are going to begin with Garin Groff, one of our favorite public information officers at ADOT. You guys have some really exciting things. You have a lot going on.
We always have a lot going on at ADOT.
Yes. And this one specifically, kind of really interesting what you guys are doing. So talk about this widening project.
Right. So on US 93, that's the highway between Phoenix and Las Vegas, we're doing a widening project, which is exciting enough on its own. But as part of it, we are saving about 3,000 plants that were in the way of the new road.
Now, have you guys ever done something like this before, saving plants, or just is this something new?
This is actually business as usual at ADOT.
Huh. Cool.
We've been doing this since the 1980s.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah.
So you have a special crew that will go out and that does just this specifically, people who have knowledge and background information about these specific plants and flowers, so they know what they're pulling, what to save, what not to save?
So we have a contractor who specializes in this, who's on the project. We also have a chief landscape architect at ADOT who oversees this. So we have in-house and outside experts who are overseeing this project.
So does this kind of slow things down in a way, because you have to go out there and now pluck these plants out of there and then put them somewhere? Yes and no?
Are we plucking?
For lack of a better words, plucking.
Yeah, I don't know what the term is with cactus. But yeah, it maybe takes a little extra time to take the plants out, but it's worth the effort.
Sure.
They need to come out anyway. And so we identify which plants, based on the species and the size, are good candidates to be transplanted. And so we take them out. We have a temporary nursery along the roadway.
Oh, wow.
With a pond, an irrigation system. It's really quite elaborate. And so these plants are housed in the nursery for a couple of years.
So this is what they look like?
Yeah,
when
this
they're
is
kind
it.
of sitting, waiting to be.
Yeah, we have a lot of ocotillos. We've got some barrel cactus out there, you see. We have hedgehog cactus, quite a few different cactus species in this area.
That is so cool.
Why is it so important to save these plants? I mean, you can buy new ones. We have a lot of ocotillo in the state of Arizona. We have a lot of barrel cactus.
Right. Well, these are good plants that are worth saving. And when we're done, there's a bit of a scar along the highway. And so we want that to heal in as best as possible for erosion control purposes. Also, it's important for pollinators. Bees, hummingbirds, bats, they rely on these plants. And also, it just looks good.
Yeah, it does. It's very pretty.
So someone is asking, do you need permits to move some of these different, cacti?
I don't know if we do internally.
Sure. I'm sure you guys have crossed all the T's and dotted all the I's.
We certainly have. I know saguaros are highly regulated.
Sure.
We don't have any saguaros in this area.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
We're good.
All right. Sorry. Anita's doing sign language over here, and I'm trying to figure out what's going on. Garin, I apologize. All right, let's talk about the project itself. How long will this take? What is it going to look like when it's done? Obviously, you mentioned that this is kind of one of those sections of roads that a lot of folks, those two little lanes, the widening projects is going to be a welcome sight for a lot of these individuals that take that stretch of highway.
Yeah, so this is a 2-lane section of highway right now. We are building a 4-lane divided highway over a 4-mile section. And so the salvage effort and replanting efforts will be along this whole 4 miles.
Questions for you. Do we need permits to move these?
We just asked that.
I'm sorry.
Anita is not paying attention here this morning.
Because I'm focusing on all the stuff. I apologize. Plants, we also have animals. Do we worry about those? There's a question in the chat about, I know you can't relocate the wildlife, but do we worry about whether they're coming back and what they're going to be doing?
It's actually beneficial for wildlife because of pollinators. This is, it's important to have this variety of plants that are growing. And so we want to have some mature plants that go back in. We also seed the area with about 25 to 30 different types of seeds that are native to that very specific area, so that we have wildflowers, shrubs, a wide variety of things that'll come up in the years to come.
I love it. Cool. When will this project be completed, that section 93?
2027.
Okay. So we got a ways to go, but it's going to be a welcome sight. Yeah, that is so true.
I used to make that. I used to work in Las Vegas, so I did
Okay.
that trip every couple of weeks just to come back here. So it's a long drive, and it was
It
2
is.
lanes, so it's going to be nice to have it nice and wide. It'll
Mhm.
be so much safer.
Yes.
All right, Garin, thank you so much for coming in. We do appreciate it.
All right, good to
Thank
be
you.
here.
Thank you. You've driven to Vegas, or you always fly?
I've always just once when I drove down here, we went through
yeah,
Vegas
went
when I
through, yeah.
first, but that was how many years ago when I got this job? 13 and a half?
Yeah.
So yeah.
Okay, our
Pretty
next topic, next guest.
We're busy in here, Joaquin.
Joaquin, nice and close to the mic for us, because they don't pick up. Really.
There we go.
Oops, I pushed the wrong button.
Okay, cute. Turn those puppies around.
Which one are we looking?
That
That
way.
way.
That way.
There you go.
Perfect. Look at that.
And they stay perfectly still too. Don't you see how well trained they are?
Wow,
You
you
do
did
a
a good
great job at the zoo,
You did a
Joaquin.
good job. You had something exciting taking place this morning, and a little sad on your end.
Oh no! Don't make me cry on
I
air
won't
again.
make you cry, but we loved it. We loved it when the little lion cubs were born here at the Phoenix Zoo, and we watched them grow, and now they are on to literally like bigger pastures.
I mean, they are going to wonderful, sunny Miami, and it still hasn't quite hit me just yet.
You were very attached. to them,
I love
yeah.
those little guys. But, that's part of the business. And, you got to look beyond your personal feelings and attachment to these animals because they have a bigger purpose to help their species. They're going to go out to Miami and in the future, they may get some little lion girlfriends out there and keep the lion species alive because they are a vulnerable species. So it breaks my heart. But you know what? Miami's a beautiful place to visit.
Yeah, I was going to say.
You can visit. We'll go with you.
Joaquin, walk us through kind of the inner workings of this because I know that a lot of zoos kind of have these interchanges or what I don't know what you even call it. Exchanges, trades.
So really quick, it's called the SSP, which is the Species Survival Plan. And basically a lot of zoos will work together, like I said, like accredited zoos, and figure out which animals will make the best pairs. Not necessarily for breeding, sometimes it's just for social. But let's talk breeding because that's what our lions will ultimately be doing. Think of it as lion Tinder, they're going to look at them and be like,
swipe
they're
left,
going to be like,
swipe right.
This one has got great genetics, does he have kids? Has his family had kids in the area? Would they be a good pair? This one's quite docile. This one likes long walks on the beach, stuff like that. And we swipe for the animals. That way we find out who makes the best pair. And this makes sure that the animals are safe and, still have a nice, healthy population.
Do you guys put in requests or there are experts at different levels who are doing the swiping for
There's
you?
a lot of different people that are working at this, but we do a request. Like for instance, for us in the future, we would request a new male lion to see our girls back at the zoo. So, we're looking for a handsome boy out there,
I love that.
but,
Likes red meat.
Yeah, likes red meat, is okay with the sister-wife situation because we have 2 girls there, But, as excited as I'll be when we eventually get another guy out there, nothing's ever going to be those 2 boys for me.
Yeah, they were,
And it was
they
so
were
fun
special.
to see them
They were-
grow up. Yeah.
They were neat. And you guys have something really special happening this weekend.
Yes, so we also have a cool event for the family. Now, these little guys are my representative of mountain lions today, right? And they're my stuffed animals, really, really cute. If you go to the zoo this Saturday, you can bring your own stuffed animal to get a veterinary checkup.
Oh,
yeah,
that's clever.
It's super cute. We've had kids do it before, and it's super adorable because they'll bring their teddy bear, their stuffed lion, whatever it is. I saw a kid bring a stuffed Spider-Man, and they get a checkup from the vets there for that work for Midwestern University, or that go to Midwestern. And it's super cute because they'll get their little stethoscopes out, they'll check them, they'll give them certificates, and it really builds that confidence for kids to feel more comfortable being around doctors. I know it's like them with their pets, or their stuffed animals, but them being the big kid and taking their animal to the vet gives them that confidence for themselves to then go, to the doctor themselves.
Yeah.
Also learning a little bit more about taking care of
Yeah.
real
pets
life
and
animals,
real
and,
animals.
and seeing what the vets at Gary, I don't know the doctor, his last name, but
Dr. West?
Thank you.
Yeah.
I know him by his first name because I've done so many interviews with him out there, and he's fantastic and so caring and loves the animals so much. So it's really neat to see what they do and how they do it.
Yeah, the small children will go up there and they're actually going to interact with students from Midwestern University who are also learning to be vets. So it's kind of a learning experience for everyone. They're going to get to learn how to work with somebody else and walk them through things. And the kids, of course, get that confidence of being able to be like,
Here's my animal.
Can you guys check on my stuffed animal? And they're there like listening. Like, how does he sound? Did he just have something to eat? He's a bit stuffed right now. Stuff like that.
Joaquin, I think I was with you maybe 2 years ago when we did this story, the same story, and we talked to some of the vets. The up and coming vets, and they say they love it too.
Yeah,
because it's so much fun for them to get to interact with the kids and teach them a little bit about animals and veterinary care and all of that.
Yeah, I mean,
it's a win-win.
It's why we do what we do at the zoo, right? If you're working with animals, you do it because you want to share that knowledge with other folks. Whether it's I want to care for animals, I want to inspire you to care for them too, or you quite literally want to like help them physically, and you want to teach those kids that process in the future too.
How do they have to sign up? Do they just show up?
You just show up to the zoo that day. If you're a member, obviously you can be there by 8 a.m. If you're a non-member, you can get tickets and then show up by 9 and bring your stuffed animal. Like I said, it doesn't matter what it is. They're not going to make judgment. If you have a teddy bear, a lion, Homer Simpson, whatever, bring it. They'll care for it. They are very talented vet students.
They sure are, yeah.
We have just a few minutes left before we have to take a break. You guys were hit hard a couple of weeks ago by the storms, closed for a couple of days for cleanup, the Christmas decorations for zoo lights. Some of them were torn down a little bit. You guys are good. Everything's set up and ready to go.
Running.
That tree is floating on the lake, right side up. Everything is the way it's supposed to be. It took a lot of work, but we had a lot of help and a lot of support. Most important thing, the animals are all safe, and Zoo Lights is ready to shine with maybe a few less lights, but still plenty enough.
Be beautiful.
Plenty enough to be gorgeous.
Yeah. Well, thank you for everything that you guys do. This will be a fun event. Again, this Saturday.
Yep.
Bring any stuffed animal.
Any stuffed animal.
Doesn't matter what it is.
Yeah. 1, 2, go crazy. They'll give you certificates. So
for
give
all
them
of
a clean bill of health.
Okay.
If your kid has a few stuffed animals, just bring them over.
You get the whole pack checked out.
And then Zoo Lights will begin when?
That's going to happen November 26th, if my dates are correct. If I'm wrong, Linda, I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's okay. It's okay.
Linda's his boss.
It's right there at Thanksgiving.
Yeah, it's right around the corner. Check our website, Zoo Events, Phoenix Zoo/events to check out all the awesome things happening.
All right, Joaquin, we'll be back in 2 minutes.
We still have them.
We still have
We have 1 minute.
Yeah.
I really missed the Lions.
See, earlier I was a little spaced out. Now this time it's your turn. It happens.
We have a minute left.
Yeah.
So Joaquin, what else?
Well, that's what I was going to ask you. You said the animals are okay. They were in the storm. You guys really do have a protocol that you follow.
Yeah,
to make sure.
When we know the storm is going to hit, these animals are all trained to go indoors. And those that aren't necessarily trained to do that, animals are smart. They know to take refuge. But this is a normal process. Your big bitey ones that you don't want necessarily getting out during a big storm, they know the routine. This is totally normal for them.
They're smart, yeah.
They are smart.
Okay, now you can toss the break.
All right. Now we're going to take a quick break.
Thanks for coming in.
We'll be back in 2 minutes. Joaquin, thank you again for coming in. We appreciate
give this guy a hug.
Yeah.
Careful, that one bites.
Uh-oh.
We need hugs.
Yeah, take Fern and Thistle here.
Hi.
All right, welcome back. Continuing with things, like we mentioned at the top, we have a jam-packed show.
We've had a lot of help booking guests, and they're all so good that we're not turning anyone away. So if you know anyone who wants to be a guest, send them our way.
All right, I wanted to introduce you to our next guest. This is Bonnie. She is the general manager of the Flagstaff Mall. Bonnie, good morning. Good to see you. Good to hear from you. You have something very cool happening tomorrow.
Yes, we do. We are so excited that Flagstaff Mall has been selected as the only stop for the U.S. Capitol tree this year.
Oh, wow.
So it's coming from Nevada, and it is making a stop tomorrow night from 5 to 7 here at Flagstaff Mall. And it is a gorgeous tree. Yes, I like the visuals there. So it is a 53-foot red fir tree, and they've named it the Silver Bell. And here you get to see them cutting it down.
Wow.
That is pretty cool.
Bonnie, how were you guys selected? This is pretty amazing.
It is really cool. So I'm working with Discover Flag, and they submitted an application to basically be a stop on the trail. And there's only 15 stops, and it just happened to work out that Flagstaff fit, and the mall was selected. We have a great event area and plenty of room. So the trailer itself is 80 feet. When you put the truck on the front of it, it's basically a 100-foot trailer. So it can't get in a small neighborhood, but it definitely fits for the mall.
Yeah. Well, there it goes. Look at that video.
So this is all going to be happening tomorrow at the mall right around 5 o'clock. If folks show up, what can they expect besides getting a glimpse of, a little piece of history heading to Washington, D.C.?
Yes, so headed to Washington, D.C., there is a banner that's on the truck as well. All guests will be able to sign the banner, and it accompanies the tree to the Capitol. And we're going to have hot chocolate. We have one of our Mexican restaurants, Mi Tesoro, offering a drink special, both mocktail and cocktail, that is called the Silver Bell. And so that will be a lot of fun. We have ornaments for the kiddos to make. It's a little snowman, light up ornament. And we have a ton of giveaways. Our sponsors have come through. You can even win a diamond necklace from Frederick Fisher Jewelers.
Oh, wow. Anita's going to be awesome. You had her at Diamond Necklace.
How long will the tree be in Flagstaff for?
It's literally only here for that time frame. So it'll arrive at 4 o'clock. It takes an hour to get us set up, and then they tear down, and they'll be headed out at 8 o'clock that night, and they're headed directly to New Mexico. So this is like a real brief stop, and like we said, the only one in Arizona. I have been getting calls from Phoenix saying, tell me what time I want to be there. So
it's almost like they stop for a little bit of a break because they have such a big tree to haul. They're taking a break, and we're all getting to enjoy the beauty of this tree, the Silver Bell.
Yes, and the cool thing is we're also going to have Santa here. So Santa will be here for photo ops, kickoff to the holiday season. Smokey Bear will be with the tree. He travels with the tree, so he'll be here as well. And so there'll be a lot of fun photo opportunities. We have vendors. We'll have, like we said, hot chocolate, some drink specials, and I believe they're even bringing an ale that they created just for the tree.
How cool.
Bonnie, I say if you can, make a weekend out of it. Stay in Flagstaff overnight. You guys have really good deals up there. How are the leaves? Are the colors really popping right now?
The leaves are gorgeous right now. So most of the reds are gone, but you still have a lot of the really pretty yellows. And the cool thing is, if you're coming up from the valley, the flex lane's amazing. I just love that flex lane.
We just had ADOT on as our first guest, so we'll send them your kudos for the flex lane.
Yes. Yeah. So normally on Friday, northbound, the flex lane's opened, and Sunday it's open for southbound. So it makes it really great if you're coming from the valley.
Oh, this is going to be cool.
It is.
Well, Bonnie, thank you so much for taking the time to talk to us this morning. We appreciate it.
Absolutely. Well, we appreciate it, and hopefully we'll see you all here tomorrow. And
thank you, Bonnie.
As we always say, thank you for getting your shopping fix on Route 66 at Flagstaff Mall.
Love it.
If we're not there tomorrow, we'll come sledding to the snow park in the winter.
Yes.
That's my favorite. Well,
Snowball's just getting ready to kick off too, so it's starting to look really good up at Snowball right now.
This is the time of the year when all the fun happens up in the high country. Thanks, Bonnie.
Yes.
Show that tree one.
Have a great day, everybody.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
We're getting
Thank
a lot
you.
of comments from people saying how beautiful the tree is.
Oh, so that's what she was talking about. You get to sign the banner there that's going to be on the accompanying that tree all the way
So
to
from
DC.
4 to 8 p.m. tomorrow. If you don't want to, you definitely don't want to miss that. And if you have any questions, we're going to make sure that Big D puts a link up so that everybody can see exactly what's happening. All right, you guys, guest number 4. We are Busy Bees. Hi.
Hey.
Welcome in.
Thanks for having us.
We have Natalie and Michael. You guys are from WayneFest, which is a big music festival that'll be happening Saturday.
Yeah.
Correct.
We've got your whole weekend planned for you. Go to Flagstaff
Friday,
tomorrow.
Saturday,
back
we're
down
dancing.
to the valley.
The thing, it's your favorite neighborhood music festival back for its 7th year.
Correct. Yeah, we've been doing it since 2013, and we're lucky in Coronado neighborhood to have so many great artists and musicians that live there. And a friend and I were one day taking in all the music and the art and thought, wouldn't it be great to share this with the entire valley? So that's why WayneFest came to be.
We have such amazing local musicians here, so I think this is such a cool way to get to showcase their talent to a big audience that maybe didn't know about them, which I think is so great that you guys are doing this. Can you kind of give us how many different individuals will be participating this weekend?
Sure. So we've got 3 local bands, Bad Cactus Brass Band, Chrome Rhino, and the Hourglass Cats. Those are the 3 bands playing. We've got 6 local artists that'll be painting on site.
Oh, that's
You can bid on the art that you like and take it home with you.
Oh, that's nice.
And Natalie's got a skate park going.
Yeah, I just saw a mini skate park.
Yeah, so we're bringing in a lot of different ramps and we're setting them up on the basketball court. And we have some major sponsors like Gorilla Energy is providing giant checks to the 2 first-place winners. And we have some awesome prizes from a lot of different skate sponsors. So we're stoked.
7 years and probably going strong, if not stronger.
Yeah.
I can't even imagine what the reaction is, not just from the people who live in that neighborhood, but we're welcoming everyone. You must just see so many people really enjoying themselves.
It's a pretty amazing festival. It's unlike any festival we have in the valley. We've got some great festivals that happen here, but this is purposely built to be intimate.
Yeah.
We feel like you make a lot of great connections through music and art, and if you have the time to talk to somebody, meet somebody new, that's really what it's all about.
And then you kind of make those connections. You follow them on Instagram, find out when their next show is going to be,
Exactly.
and go support more of these local things happening. How much fun is this for you to put together? And I mean, probably, I was going to say, the work behind it must also be kind of incredible as well.
Yeah, we're a ragtag team for sure.
Is it just the 2 of you?
We have a group.
Okay.
We have 5 of us total that pull off WayneFest every year. It's a lot of work, but it's a work that we love doing. So it's very rewarding to see people's reactions every year.
Tickets are only $20, but what I'm also seeing that I think is amazing, give a little, get a little. What's that all about?
So we feel that music can certainly heal, and we want to make sure that people have equal access to all the arts. And so if someone's learning to play the guitar maybe or the cello or something and they really love it, but they can't quite afford the instrument, if someone's got a dusty guitar sitting in the corner, if you bring that into WayneFest, you get it for free.
Oh, that's
we
cool.
repurpose that instrument to someone that wants to use it.
Oh, that's fantastic.
That's neat,
I love that. What is it about music that has you kind of interested and kind of using your platform to be able to showcase other artists? What was kind of your background?
I think
Do you have time?
I'm not necessarily. Yeah, I don't think I'm unique in that sense. In the sense that music has been a big part of my life.
Sure.
It's helped me through some really dark times. And I think you mentioned it earlier, we've got so much great talent here in the Valley. I think it's overlooked many times.
Yeah.
So if we can provide a platform for those artists to get new audience, I mean, that makes a lot of sense.
So you're a musician yourself?
No, I'm a lover. No, I'm an organizer. I'm an operations
A lot of our board of directors are musicians.
Yeah, I imagine.
Yeah.
You mentioned music heals, and I agree. I don't think anyone, you're in a bad mood, you put some happy music on, maybe you're feeling a little emotional and you want some sad music to make you cry.
You put on sad music to make you cry?
Sometimes.
Yeah.
I mean, that's why it's
Sure.
there. You break up with your boyfriend, you're doing a little Alanis Morissette, you know, I mean, but there's a song, there's
For
a genre,
everything.
there is
That's
for
true.
everything.
Yeah, absolutely.
I like to
Want
keep
a
it
polka?
upbeat.
Hey.
Oh yeah, we love the polka.
So the Warsaw band up there.
Oh, yeah.
That's where
Sure.
I'm from, Poland. So
Nice.
you know.
Go support your people.
Thank you.
Yag Shamash.
You know, WayneFest is named after Wayne Newton. He used to live in our neighborhood.
I sang with him.
Really?
Yeah, so he came out to help celebrate Arizona's 100th birthday, and I think we were up in like Prescott.
Okay.
And we sang "Happy Birthday" on air.
That's
awesome.
I know, and I don't sing. I do not have a good singing voice, but
well, that's
it was
something
cool.
to remember, right?
Yeah.
Now, I was going to ask you, how do you find this talent? I mean, we mentioned that there's a lot out there, but sometimes it might be hard to find people that are still, they got their groups together and things like that.
Well, as Natalie mentioned, we have some people on the board that are musicians. So we have sort of our finger on the pulse, if you will. So it's very much somebody knows somebody that knows somebody. Fortunately for us, since we've been doing this for 7 years, we're sort of a known commodity.
Sure.
So now we have bands reaching out to us because it's such a special festival, they want to play.
So you have 3 bands. Would you ever make it a weekend-long festival where you have a Friday night, a Saturday night, maybe a Sunday afternoon, so you can get more bands on stage?
If we get a lot of people through the door this year, you never know.
Yeah. Okay, you guys.
All right, got about a minute and a half left, but give us where this is located. Do people need to buy tickets ahead of time, and how it all works?
Sure. It's located in Coronado Park, which is special in and of itself. It's one of the larger parks in the valley, 1717 North 12th Street. Tickets are on sale for $20 in advance. Kids are always $10. At the door, they're $30. You can get tickets at WayneFestPHX.com. And you can buy them at the door, certainly, if you want.
Okay. And if they pre-register for the skateboard contest, they get in free.
Oh. Is it we need to learn how to skateboard.
A little bit more information on the skateboard contest. What does it entail?
All abilities welcome. They're beginner style ramps, very small features, so honestly anybody can skate them.
I feel like if we get a running start with you, it would be all right.
As long as we've got the helmet, the elbow, knee.
Yeah.
I might need like that full
I need a mouth
guard.
Maybe if you gave me roller skates with 4 wheels each foot, maybe I would be willing to go down a ramp. But a skateboard, I don't know. It's been a long time since I played any tricks on those.
Real quick before we let you go, if maybe there's, I know,
Okay.
if there is, I'm not very good at timing this show, so I apologize in advance. If there are some bands out there that want to maybe audition for you guys for next year or something like that, how can they get a hold of you?
The best way is through email, info@WayneFestPHX.com.
Okay.
Our crack team will get back to them as soon as we can, our crack team being me. We do have bands.
Give yourself more credit.
We do have bands reach out every year about this time that want to play.
Nice.
Just so bands are aware, we typically start the selection process in the summer.
Okay, perfect.
So Saturday, 12 to 4 p.m.,
Correct.
November 8th at the Coronado Park. Tickets are $20, but there are a lot of ways to get in for free.
Yes.
Absolutely.
All right. Thanks, you guys. We're going to play the kazoo next year for you. How about that?
You're on.
You're both. Okay. Awesome, thank you.
Thank you so much.
So my good friend in Las Vegas is...
11:30, everybody. Ron and Des. Hey, guess what? We have shaken up the format, Des, and we now are looking at Tempe Town Lake. I thought we were contractually required to look over the top of Chase Field to Camelback Mountain.
I know you would have thought our hands were tied.
You would have. That actually looks like a really nice day on the lake, doesn't it?
Does. Yeah, that's a great shot.
Yeah. So, I drive in on that 202. Do you come in on the 202 or do you come the other way?
On the 10.
The other way, yeah. So, yeah, nice day, that's for sure. And by the way, Des, I was so impressed with your live reporting from the candy shop.
Oh, you were?
This morning. We included that in our 10 a.m. hour.
Oh, you did.
So that everybody can. That looks so fun. I want to go up there sometime.
Oh, my goodness. It's Big Earl's Big Eats.
Yeah.
Greasy Eats.
Right.
All of it.
Yes.
Burgers,
right.
fries, tots.
Okay.
And
but the candy store.
Yes, but it's just incredible. The Dallas family owns it.
Yeah.
And Brooke, who we spoke to this morning, she worked there as a server.
Okay.
She bought that entire restaurant at the age of 26.
Oh, wow.
She was born and bred Cave Creek.
I love
still
that.
Lives there, runs the restaurant now with her husband.
Yeah.
And their 2 kids. And they're just, everything they're doing is just so impressive. But the old gas station vibes, it's just cool.
Oh, that's so great. Plus, they had a candy bar. I was chatting with some of my friends in the newsroom the other day about a candy bar called the Zagnut.
Yes.
Back in the 70s, they were a thing, but mostly on the East Coast. And I saw they had Zagnuts.
Do they have one?
Yes.
Then you should have texted me.
Oh, I should have. I didn't even think.
Yes. Oh my gosh, you would have
brother.
loved to send me back with one.
Now I'm
but I
filled
will
with
say,
regrets.
she did make a fried chicken sandwich.
Okay.
And she told me it rivals any chicken sandwich out there.
Really? What's the specialty part of it?
Dang, I must say.
Oh, it
that
was really good.
May have been the best fried chicken sandwich I've ever
Was it the sauce or was it the chicken or the bread?
No, it was just like mayo, lettuce, tomato, pickle, onion.
Right.
But I mean, that was like the crunchiest, juiciest piece of like fried chicken breast
Yes.
I've ever had.
Okay, that's what I
was
love.
So good.
Right. It's why I love Detroit
worth a
style
visit.
pizza. The edges are all crunchy and the
Yeah.
middle is just so smooth. You're like, oh, this is amazing.
Yeah, definitely worth it.
Well, we were talking earlier this morning, and we should just keep talking about it because it's a pretty big deal that the most powerful woman in the history of our country in Washington is decided to call it a career. We're talking about Nancy Pelosi. Now, she had plenty of fans and plenty of detractors, but she ruled the Capitol. It's funny. Even after she was done being Speaker of the House, she still ruled things. You could tell she was still in charge.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
I mean,
she definitely had power and pull.
I think it was kind of, you read between the lines, it kind of sounded like it was her decision. What are you looking at? What?
Oh, we have a visitor. Do you want to come on in and say hi?
Oh,
one of our photographers is watching the show from a distance.
I kind of, reading between the lines, I think it was kind of her decision that Joe Biden was not going to be the candidate. She went out there. Remember in the interview afterwards, they said, well, did you tell him? And she said, I did what needed to be done. So
hey,
anyway,
spoken like a woman who runs the household.
Yeah, she was running the whole house, that's for sure. And here's just a little clip of what she had to say.
Decades, I've cherished the privilege of representing our magnificent city in the United States Congress. It seems prophetic now that the slogan of my very first campaign in 1987 was, "A voice that will be heard." And it was you who made those words come true.
So that was a little bit about what she had to say. And then, Des, it led to our poll question, but we're getting some action on this one. Let me tell you. Any other big names you'd like to see retire? Chuck Schumer is currently leading the pack, followed by President Trump, RFK Jr., and Bernie Sanders. Now, these are all older gentlemen. I don't know how old Chuck Schumer is. I think he's late 70s, maybe, pushing 80.
Yeah, I suppose sounds about right. Maybe.
RFK Jr., we looked it up. He's 71.
Is he?
And he's in good shape. I mean, he comes out here and hikes Camelback.
Wow. Mm-hmm.
Bernie Sanders, he's 80-ish. President Trump, another, year and a half, and he'll be 80 as well.
Yeah, wow.
So, those are the names. You can grab the QR code, and then we always look at the YouTube poll as Des, would you look at this? We only launched it 2 hours ago. We're already at 1,500 votes.
Wow, look at that. And Chuck Schumer still has the majority of the vote here, followed by President Trump.
Okay. All right. You can let your feelings be known by jumping onto YouTube or grab that QR code and let us know what you think. Now, there are several stories that we are following this morning, and one is what a day. What a big day for our Attorney General. Just to be in the Supreme Court, just to be at the key moments of the big arguments that, the court is going to settle. And in this particular one, it's whether the tariffs are a go or a no-go.
Yes.
Right. And so we reached out to Chris Mays. Her office says she wasn't available for us today. But here's a little bit about what she said after walking out of the U.S. Supreme Court.
I'm a former Republican, okay? I'm a former Republican from the great state of Arizona. It is insane and bizarre that we have a president of the United States right now who is engaged in an almost 18% national sales tax that violates the Constitution and violates federal law. So this is not the Republican Party that I used to belong to. We feel good about the arguments that were made, and we feel good about the questions that came back from this bench. And so, we are hoping for a positive result.
She's kind of developed a national profile.
Yeah, she really has. Yeah. I mean, especially when you're spearheading a case like this, you're definitely going to start making even a bigger name for yourself. But yeah, you're right. She has been very busy.
Okay. We get the big political names on here. We'll still reach out, maybe get a chance to talk with her. Okay, Des, time for you to tell me all about this trend that has now become a big thing, because we're going to talk to one of the experts in it. Tell me what this new trend is all about.
So I'm surprised it's not like all over your feeds. Maybe it's just us ladies like trying to find ways to lose weight here. But these vibration plates, they won't stop popping up all over the social media feeds. Influencers swear by them. They're losing all this weight just by standing on a plate that vibrates.
Okay.
And they're claiming it replaces a workout. But we are bringing in Dan Gubler here, health evangelist, organic chemist as well. And we want you to help us crack the code on these vibration plates. What is it, first of all? Like Ron goes, what is this, Des?
Yeah, I'm in the gym
Why are people
every day.
using it?
I'm obviously not paying attention.
Yeah, hi, Ron and Des. Great to be with you guys. Whole body vibration plates is a plate that you stand on and it vibrates. It can either go up and down or oscillate or pivot. But the idea is it transmits different wavelengths to the body. And this wavelength can activate bone cells. It can activate genes, chemical switches in the body that can cause weight loss, melt fat, help with cellulite. There's actually a lot of really good literature and research on them.
Okay, so what are the health benefits? Is this replacing our time in the gym?
So it's not going to replace the time in the gym, but it can actually accelerate workout recovery. So when you're in the gym, you're lifting hard, you're running your 5K or whatever, and you use a vibration plate, it can actually reduce recovery time by 50% or so in the scientific literature.
Why has it become so hot and so trendy just in the last, 6 months, year, something like that? I know for you, you've known about it for a long time, but for most of us, it's just been kind of a new thing.
Yeah, that's a great question. When you look at vibration plates, mechanotherapy, a Swedish scientist, started messing around with this in the 1870s. In the space race between the United States and the Soviets, they were using them to help with zero gravity to compensate with the astronauts. And it might be the rise in e-commerce. I'm not sure what it is. You have to be careful, though, because there's a lot of vibration plates that are really cheap, that don't really do a lot. They go up and down, but when it comes to the actual health benefits, they could be lacking.
Well, Des, I'm just looking at our comments. This is what's so great about what we do with this streaming show. We're connecting with you guys on YouTube, and Empravan says, you know what? Try driving my truck. You'll lose weight. There's no power steering.
Oh, I guess that's one way to do it.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, well, so give us
Well, I love the video that you shared on your Instagram page. That's kind of how I found you. So I guess I don't know what that says about what I'm looking up on the gram when it comes to vibration plates. But I just thought your video was fascinating. You kind of like ran through all of the things that the plates are good for, like lymphatic drainage and some other things. So like run us down that list. What is it good for?
Yeah, so it's good for lymphatic drainage. It can help get rid of cellulite. It can help melt fat. It can help you lose weight because it's turning on genes that are responsible for insulin and glucose control. It can help with knee pain. It can help with balance. It can help reduce risk of fractures. So if you're getting a little up there in age, it's a really good thing to do. Be sure to use a vibration plate with rails or handles, to stabilize yourself. It can control blood sugar, like I said. It's good for back pain, different things like that. And it can actually help with people with cerebral palsy and COPD, a lot of things that you wouldn't expect by just stepping on a plate and having it vibrate. It's really powerful.
Well, and I know that's true, Dan, because my husband was a professional athlete. He played in the NFL, and a lot of the training centers that he was in, they would have these massive plates, and that's what they said, to increase like blood circulation, help with injury and all of that. So when we're looking for a plate, like you mentioned, a cheap one might not do it. So what are we looking for? Like, what do we need in a vibration plate for it to be effective?
The most important thing for a vibration plate is it needs to call out the specifics. So when it comes to vibration, it's wavelengths. And so there's the frequency of the wavelengths in hertz, how far the waves are spread apart. There's the amplitude, how big the waves are. And there's a few other things. So you want to make sure that whatever vibration plate you use, it calls out the specs. Hertz between 20 to 60, amplitude, acceleration, G-force, tilt. It needs to call those out. If you're just getting one that it says it has 3 modes and it doesn't have the specifications, I think you could be pretty certain that vibration plate probably isn't the best for you.
Okay.
Well, how do we buy them? I mean, are they expensive? Are you able to find some at a reasonable price? We got about 20 seconds left.
Yeah, you can buy them online. They range anywhere from $100 up to about $4,000. But if you look, some with good specifications, you could buy one for about $400 to $500 that will do the job.
And real quick, Dan, because we got 10 seconds, where did you study? I just find what you do fascinating. You study natural molecules in foods and plants. Just interesting. Where'd you study?
Yeah, I studied at Colorado State University, got my PhD there, and then I did postdoctoral research at Caltech for several years. Studying new molecules and plants.
I see some BYU Hawaii there, too, so you've run the gamut. That's great.
Love your home office.
We better take a break. Dr. Dan, you're always welcome.
Thank you, everyone.
Mystery Cam, where's this?
Thanks, great job.
Hey, everybody. Welcome back. All right, Des. Now I'm motivated. Now I'm gonna still go to the gym like he said, but maybe find one. I'd like to find one for $100, not $4,000.
Well, and I guess that's what I was asking. What do you look for when you're looking for one? Because there's some all over Amazon.
Yeah.
You can get one for like $60, $100.
Yeah.
But is it any good? I don't know. So like you said, I guess you got to look at some of the specifications.
Sure. Des has been calling up all the options.
I know, right? I'm like, here, look at this one, Ron.
Yeah, okay. This next. Oh, by the way, mystery camp. I've been looking for some guesses. What do we see, Des?
Oh,
I see a Maryland from Brandon. And then I see Louis with Mississippi.
Mm-hmm. Only those two.
Well, I also see Halakita, though. She says it's either Kentucky or Indiana. That bridge goes between those two states. It is a really unique double-arched iron bridge. You're not going to see that in every town. I think I like Halakita's guesses a lot because she really, like me, I feel like Halakita, I feel like you have a map in your brain. So I think Kentucky or Indiana. I guess I'll go Kentucky.
Kentucky?
How about you?
I'll go with Louis, Mississippi.
Okay, let's take a look, everybody.
New Albany, Indiana.
Oh, well, there you go. It was either Indiana or Kentucky. Excellent. Halakita, thank you.
Yeah, nice job.
Thank you for that guess. Okay, next story, Des, is, to me, this is alarm bells right here. So, by the way, the research was done at my alma mater, the University of Washington. They analyzed more than 20,000 births in the United States from 2006 to 2020. And they found that the risk of premature birth can be directly correlated to the amount of time that expectant mothers are exposed to wildfire smoke. Not necessarily in the first couple of months, but in that second trimester, in months 4, 5, and 6, when baby's really growing inside, and that can make a huge difference. And, we all wonder about the air quality of some of these fires, particularly, if you live on the East Coast. I don't know if you've talked to your family or other people back there, say in upstate New York or some of the other states that are close to Canada. But when those Canadian wildfires start, Canada has no way or ability to actually put them out. And so this wildfire smoke is a definite health risk.
Yeah, I mean, that's very concerning, too, because that's right. When we're talking wildfire smoke, it's not like you can easily necessarily remove yourself from that environment.
Right.
You live there.
I know.
Limit your time outdoors, I guess. But that is startling, especially in the second trimester, too. You would,
Yeah.
You would think baby's a little bit bigger, stronger.
Right. Maybe that's when some of the key motor skills and everything are being developed for babies. So anyway, the strongest link was seen, according to the University of Washington. They looked all over the country, and they found that the strongest link was in the western U.S., where wildfire pollution is actually, they said, more severe than what we're seeing in the East Coast. And we have had some incredibly destructive wildfires. It's not. It sounds like proximity is part of it, too. Because let's say there's a fire burning in Canada, and I just don't think they have either enough money or enough firefighters to get these big fires knocked down up there. And, more than half of Canada is wild land. It's just forest land. And they just can't get those fires knocked down. But this sounds like, if you live in Oregon and there's a huge fire in Oregon, or you live here in Arizona, or just here in the West, California, Colorado, etc., that's when you really have to be on your guard. And I don't know, I guess if you're expecting and months 4, 5, and 6 are going to be during the summer, during the wildfire season, better talk to your doc about it.
Absolutely. Yeah, I don't know what you do otherwise to really prevent that. But
hey, the other day we were chatting with Yasemin Ansari. We had a really interesting interview with her. She actually was born and raised up in the Northwest. And she is, I believe, she's the first Iranian-American woman to serve in the U.S. Congress.
Yes.
Yeah.
A huge accomplishment.
And so she's fighting for a green card holder battling leukemia in the Eloy Detention Center. She says that she's been detained here for 9 months and that her condition is getting worse and she's lost a lot of weight. 70 pounds. So Congresswoman Ansari, who, as I say, has been a guest with us here, went to the ICE facility or to the Eloy facility and had this to say after her visit there.
Good morning. It's Wednesday, November 5th. I'm on my way back to the Eloy Detention Center in Arizona. She is a cancer patient. She has leukemia. She has lost 70 pounds since being at Eloy. She has described vomiting blood. She has bruises on her leg. She's very sick. And as a member of Congress, just got such a runaround for 45 minutes from this woman. Just talking. When you ask simple questions, why hasn't she gotten this? She filled out the form 3 weeks ago. Oh, da. It's bullshit. Like, they are trying to make this as hard as possible. I think Americans, by and large, are turning against the administration on immigration. That's why Donald Trump's numbers for months now have been underwater on immigration, which has historically been his most popular issue. Some sensible Republicans, especially here in Arizona, where we have such a diverse immigrant community, need to come to that conclusion that they have gone too far.
She went on to say that 20 people have died in ICE facilities this year. And the agency, by the way, did not respond to our request for a comment on the situation there. But this is, ideally, this is what members of Congress are supposed to do. You have a constituent with a concern. They come to you because they think maybe you can help pull the right levers to get some action. And we'll see what happens next.
Yeah. I mean, this whole story just kind of confuses me. Like, why does ICE have this woman?
Right.
Why did they detain her? I mean, she's a green card holder, so
right.
Lawfully you can be a permanent resident. Did that expire? Like, what?
That was my first...
there's so many holes in this.
Yeah.
I don't really know what else to add, but...
That was the first thing I thought. I wonder if it had been expired, but we need to learn more, and the Congresswoman's on it, and so we'll try to stay on it as well. Once again, she was a guest here not all that long ago. So, Des... The New York Yankees are coming to the Valley for spring training. This has never happened in most people's lifetime.
I know. Well, it hasn't happened since when?
Like
how long has it been?
1950-something.
The 50s?
I
think. 51.
Look at that.
Yeah, 1951.
Right? Okay.
Yeah.
So you have to be, about 75 years old to have ever known about it?
Yeah.
You were just a little 1-year-old.
How cool, though. There's gotta be some folks at the spring training game, though, that have probably saw them the last time when they were in the Valley.
Yeah. By the way,
find them.
If you haven't been to Sloan Park, we're out there.
Such a beautiful park.
Every year for the JDRF One Walk.
When is that?
That's coming up in the spring. But we'll be talking about it a lot. But it's such a beautiful ballpark. It's out there at the 101 and 202 at Riverview in Mesa. Cactus League play begins Feb 20, and it's going to include D-backs and Rockies at Salt River Fields, of course. Fans are going to get a chance to see clubs play some World Baseball Classics. Team USA going to play in Scottsdale. The D-backs are going to face Team Mexico, but get this. The Yankees, that's going to be a hot ticket, are going to play their first spring training game in Arizona, like Des said, since the early 1950s. They play the Cubs at Sloan Park in Mesa. I'm telling you, this is going to be the hottest ticket.
I'm already looking. I'm trying to get some. Are they on sale yet?
Yeah,
I'm on the website right now.
Let us know what you see.
I don't see anything for sale. Or are you going to trust me? Because maybe I'm trying to get mine first.
Yeah. Well, okay.
And time TBD.
Okay.
Too.
March 23rd and 24th are the dates.
It's a Monday and a Tuesday.
Those are going to be hotter tickets than when the Savannah Bananas come to town.
I don't know. Savannah Banana tickets are pretty hard to find.
Yeah, they are.
I hear you got to get on in the lottery for those. Did you?
What's that?
Is it too late to enter, Dave?
It's too late to enter the lottery. I went 2 years ago, and it is such a fun experience.
I want to take the kids so bad. Did your kids love it?
Actually, we went on a double date.
No way!
And I loved it, and my wife loved it, and our friends loved it. I think in future years, we would definitely bring the kids.
Oh, that is too good. You were like, forget it. The kids aren't coming.
Well, thank goodness. Thank goodness for your babysitter.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, for sure. Wow, when did you have to enter the lottery, Big D?
It opened about a month ago, and I think it was open for maybe a week or two. But yeah, you input all of your information. You have all of your friends do the same thing, and you enter for as many tickets as possible because they go quick. And what's fascinating, I could talk Savannah Bananas for a long time.
Wow!
But they've expanded so much. So the Savannah Bananas aren't even coming for Scottsdale. I believe it's 2 other teams that are in the same league as the Savannah Bananas.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah,
really?
It's pretty interesting.
Wow. How many tickets are you allowed to purchase? Like, so let's say you're selected because you're in the lottery, right? They put you all in, and then you got to be picked. What are the parameters after that? Can you only buy like so many tickets?
It depends on how many you put in for. I think I put in for like 8. So we'll see how many they give us,
Dave,
or if we get any.
We're gonna have to talk after the show.
Yeah,
right.
That lottery.
Correct. There's 4 in your family. Don't forget your work family.
Or I'll just pull a Dave and do day night.
There you go.
I'll have to stay home.
For sure. Hey, we should talk to you guys because Oprah, she does it every year. She's come out with her list of, these are a few of my favorite things when it comes to Christmas. Des, have you been kind of looking over her list?
Of course, I have.
What do you see?
Well, I really, well, first of all, the list is much longer than I thought, but it's broken up into different categories like stylish, cozy, travel, kids and family, food, home, wellness, and beauty.
Yeah.
And under the cozy, I really wanted to grab this weighted fur blanket. Ron, it's beautiful. It looks so soft and so cozy. And I selected the blanket.
With
Here it
Amazon? Is that the way that's working?
Some of the items are Amazon. Some are whatever company like this blanket. It's the Lola weighted blanket.
Those are
whatever. Go look on the
blankets,
list, find something you like, then you click on the link. It takes you there.
Okay.
Yeah, I ain't gonna be buying the blanket. It's $389
before tax.
I'm not Oprah.
Wow. Okay, so some of them are a little pricey. Not all of them, I'm sure.
Yeah, some items are pricey, but then, you know what? Under kids and family.
Okay, so this will be good.
If you are maybe thinking of holiday, this might at least just get like the creative juices flowing, right? Give you some ideas. She's got like Crayola art cases on here for the kiddos. I love this.
Okay, let's click on that.
It's a cute little water bottle. You guys, you can't see it, but like it's a cow print on the bottle, and then it has like a little squishy cow head on the top of the bottle.
How much?
For the straws.
Yeah.
It's $34.
Okay, now that's reasonable.
Yeah, like
love it.
You know, a unique gift item.
Thank you, Oprah, for giving us a few ideas and a reminder. KEZ is playing their Christmas music. The tree's about to go up out there in North Phoenix, those outlets near Anthem. It's that Christmas time of year.
It is already. Came fast.
Yeah. Okay, we got to say our goodbyes, Des.
Bye, guys. We'll see you tomorrow.